In a recent interview with Bloomberg Businessweek, former President Trump indicated that Taiwan would need to pay more for U.S. protection if he were elected president again. What does he mean by that, especially given that Taiwan currently does pay for U.S. weapons?
I think the point he really wanted to make is that Taiwan should be investing more in its own defense. And that's something that many commentators, including myself, have repeatedly said for many, many years that Taiwan's military spending, no matter how you calculate it, whether as a percentage of GDP or national income, or whether as a percentage of the central government budget, it's simply not enough. It's insufficient for the threat that Taiwan faces from China. And if we look back at Trump's first 4 years, his original term as president, and how he dealt with fellow NATO members, or how he dealt with Japan, or how he dealt with South Korea, he was very direct with those countries and very direct in demanding that they spend more on their national defense. And frankly, they did.
We know that Republican vice presidential nominee J.D. Vance doesn't support the level of aid that the U.S. is currently providing to Ukraine. So, what are his thoughts on the U.S.'s stance in Asia? And has he said anything publicly about the situation in the Taiwan Strait?
In fact, Senator Vance has been clear that he does favor providing more military assistance to Taiwan. He does view the Indo Pacific region as really the key place where the United States should be building up its military. And he's been very critical of China. So, in this regard, where he's skeptical of aid to Ukraine, but favors more aid to Taiwan and to the Indo Pacific region, he's certainly not unique among U.S. Congressmen, whether in the House of Representatives or in the Senate, and specifically among Republicans. There is a group of Republicans who oppose more aid to Ukraine. They certainly oppose it at the level that was recently passed earlier this year, the $60 billion aid package for Ukraine. But generally, many of these Republicans who oppose the aid package for Ukraine, they do favor more aid to Taiwan and a military buildup in the Indo-Pacific to confront China.
For the first time in 40 years, Taiwan was left out of the most recent Republican policy platform. What does this indicate? And do you think the Republican Party is moving away from its firm support of Taiwan?
I don't think the omission of Taiwan from the platform indicates in any way that the Republican Party is moving away from its support for Taiwan. The platform was much slimmed down compared to past platforms. And most notably in the foreign policy space, typically the Republican platform would make mention of not only Taiwan, but other close partners of the United States, whether NATO or Japan or South Korea. And this year, all those references to allies were removed.